We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We going all in. Like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mr. Man. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you through what's going on in the market currently, because we are experiencing a downturn or a trend. I will tell you exactly why we're going through that. I'll tell you how MiCA actually affects that, and then I'm going to jump into XRP itself and what XRP is poised to do this year alone. Okay, I mean, I can go further than that, but I'll just stick close, macro, micro. Okay, so what I had said a few days ago, what to expect in the coming week now that MiCA, transfer of funds, and anti-money laundering regulations are implemented. This week, crypto markets may experience moderate volatility as anticipation around MiCA, TFR, transfer of funds regulations, and AML regulations grow. Institutional confidence in long-term stability contrasts with retail concerns over fees and access. So from retail here, we are fearful, or some people are fearful that, oh my God, the banks are going to get this, they're going to cut that off. And from the institutional side of things, we're going to see a lot of mergers, a lot of acquisitions, a lot of small companies, mom and pop stablecoin companies leaving, a lot of I guess companies being bought as well, acquired by other companies. Why? Because if they do not adhere to MiCA, they cannot operate within Europe anymore. So now all those assets that they have, if they are a VASP, virtual asset service provider, and they end up going down and closing, that means they'll be up for sale eventually or inevitably, or the company might relocate somewhere else, or the company might go down because they're not able to afford the cost of doing business anymore, so they just collapse. So with all this uncertainty in the environment itself, just regulatory speaking, you can tell it's going to be a downtrend and things aren't going to go so well and not going to be so amazing, right? I had posted this, 4 hours left. This was back December 29th, okay? So yeah, 2 days ago I posted that. So in terms of let me finish reading that actually. So smaller tokens and non-compliant projects face downward pressure, while stablecoins and regulated assets may see increased demand amid the regulatory transition. But even they're hurting too, man. Everything is hurting. There we go. Here's XRP. So here was the top of it. It was at 290, I believe it was. And you can see the downtrend hitting here. Try to force its way back up again to retest that. Couldn't get it. Got to the highs here, broke at 270, and down to the downtrend began, or continued, I should say, continued at that point to where we are now. I do have some other indicators here to where I believe it could go, and I have some buy orders, some limit buys to pick up some more should that exist. Let's go into the Bitcoin chart itself. It's just following the Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin's high here of 108. And then begins its trend down as well. Bitcoin itself could reach, is 87. They're potentially 76. There's even, oh wow, could end up back at 67. We'll see where it goes. I haven't really fully analyzed Bitcoin, but we will see where that goes. There's a lot of there's a lot of space for it to move down. Here's what actual regulatory compliance looks like.
How much headache have you had because of MiCA in the last few years?
Well, I guess maybe to step back a few steps. Yeah. Coinbase, and one of the reasons why I work there as well is because our mission is to promote economic freedom in the world, right? But what does that actually mean is, in the end, move crypto towards mass adoption. And personally, I feel I come from a TradFi background and have moved into crypto a number of years now, but one of the reasons why I think that MiCA is important and to help take us further is that we need some kind of regulatory framework in order to allow us to go to mass adoption. I think the old way of crypto, where you find some kind of backdoor or some secret entrance or whatever, that works for the degens, that works for the real the hardcore crypto anarchists, but I don't think it works for my mom, right? And so we welcome MiCA, of course. There was in Germany previously there was the crypto license, which we also applied for and got at Coinbase. And we're happy to take the burden of the regulation because we feel like there's a strong positive outcome in the end at bringing crypto out of the dark a little bit. And so, while of course there's a lot of work to do to set yourself up to follow the regulations and so on, we're happy that Europe has a kind of world-leading regulatory framework for crypto.
Yeah, and
So this will lead to mass adoption. How wonderful is that? So as we speak of mass adoption, this came out a few hours ago. XRP volumes zoom ahead of Bitcoin, Dogecoin in South Korea. So what's next? So the South Korean markets tend to prefer XRP over larger assets such as Bitcoin. I mean, the ROI on XRP versus Bitcoin is huge, the return. And the volume pump tends to precede price anomalies on local exchanges. This is from today, 8:29 a.m. It is now 2:06 Central Time. XRP is again leading the charts in the South Korea's biggest exchanges. The asset registered 600 million of volume on Upbit and spent 200 million on and over 200 million on Bithumb. Wow, these names. Bitcoin's trading volume was less than half those levels. So XRP trading volumes on South Korea's biggest crypto exchanges have overtaken those of Bitcoin and ETH in a sign of flurried interest, and that often precedes price volatility. Total trading volume against the won on Upbit, Bithumb, and Corbit, the country's largest exchanges by volume and users, topped 800 million in dollar value in the past 24 hours. So speaking of Korea, something like this also helps it too, right? A policy framework for blockchain and digital assets in Korea. This is one of the earliest documents I had read when I first got into the space here. So it's nice to have the opportunity to go back and revisit some of these things again, like to see that Korea now has huge trading volumes with XRP itself, and you can see it play out in reality here, because I mean, like they're using it in Korea. Okay, back to Japan now. This is an older document from October, 2 months old. So Japan's banking system poised to adopt XRP by 2025. Japan's banking sector is gearing up for a significant transformation, with XRP emerging as a potential mainstream currency. Yoshitaka Kitawa, CEO of SBI, has announced that all banks in Japan might adopt XRP by 2025, signaling a growing acceptance of the crypto within the country's financial framework. SBI has been a vocal advocate for XRP's integration into Japan's banking system. The company is actively working for Ripple to enhance XRP ledger, aiming to boost liquidity and attract institutional investors. These improvements could channel substantial investments into the XRP networks, especially in DeFi applications. So just jumping over here to an SBI document here. SBI VC Trade starts operation of a validator node on the XRP ledger, contributing to the ecosystem. Like, this is huge, right? So of course Japan's going to want to be XRP is going to be a proponent within Japan. I mean, in the Asia's, like, XRP is taking over, right? This is real world adoption happening here. You heard it there from the individual talking about MiCA. He was with Circle, I believe that guy was with. And he was talking about how regulatory guidance or adherence to regulatory guidance looks, and what will happen in terms of mass adoption. So I need you guys to remember that just 10 days ago, today's the 31st, Happy New Year's to all you guys out there, guys and gals. And 10 days ago on the 21st, Ripple pledged $5 million in XRP. I think it's supposed to say 5 million XRP to Donald Trump's inauguration. All right, so according to Fox Business Report, Ripple pledged to contribute $5 million worth of XRP, to the Trump Vance inauguration committee. So the U.S. has XRP now. Like, they have access to XRP. And what are the U.S. doing also? The U.S. is in the process of setting up the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Trump confirms Bitcoin reserve plans. 15 trillion price boom predicted. We'll see if it reaches 15 trillion. But regardless of that, the U.S. is setting up a Bitcoin reserve. The BRICS nations are setting up their gold reserves. Trump has access to XRP as he needs. Not him himself, but his inauguration committee. The Republicans have access to XRP, and they are in place. Remember, their Trump administration is crypto friendly. So, as the U.S. taxes get reduced for crypto, reduced to 0%, you're going to have foreign investors coming into the U.S. at this point here to purchase cryptocurrencies. Russia has banned crypto or the use of Bitcoin within its country, and a few other countries have done that too. However, one of the things Russia had done strategically was said that we can purchase outside of Russia with Bitcoin, and then you can just take that money back, outflow it, and bring it back to Russia and use it in their ruble. So now you're taking money out of the US using Bitcoin, right? So what's going to happen? We're going to see gold inevitably go down because Michael Saylor, BlackRock, VanEck, Fidelity, Trump, I'm not sure where he's at with that, but Michael Saylor has been a big proponent in this, talking about dumping gold. Whether it happens or not, on Twitter or X, you see a lot of people shilling USDT, Tether, and Bitcoin right now, saying it's going to go down, it's going to go down, it's going to go down, and stirring up a huge frenzy out there. Whether these people are shills and they're paid to do this, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. But what they're doing is causing a frenzy of scare tactics, and people are going to sell out of positions. And that's what we've been seeing in the market, right? We're seeing that downward pressure at this point here. They're causing fear in the market. They're causing fear on Twitter or X. You get enough people to sell out and you'll see some movement. We're not the big people to do that. That makes the movement. But there are people with big positions that can make this movement a reality. And we're living through it now. So, hypothetically, they dump gold. Gold goes down. Bitcoin goes up. More inflow flows into this asset right here. Bitcoin goes up. 2025, okay, 2025, what do we have? We have Trump inauguration. So MiCA has passed already and the markets are choppy. But there's big plans for when Trump gets in office. One is to fire Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler put in his resignation from the SEC. So the minute Trump steps in office and is inaugurated and his team is in office, you're going to see you're going to see crypto fire off. And I believe, I'm putting this out there now, you will see this between the 9th to the 15th is when crypto begins its turnaround and its march back up. To where it goes, at that point, I'm not sure. By the 20th, when Trump gets in, we might see it at that top resistant area again, looking for support to break beyond where the last resistance was, or it could be higher. But I know when Trump gets in, when Gary Gensler leaves, when Paul Atkins gets in, when Trump's regime and Khazars get in, SARS, whatever you call them, get in, and they're all crypto friendly, you're going to see crypto do something holy, right? You're going to see crypto do something holy. And I told you guys in my last video, I'll be taking profits. I have strategies set up. I have brokers set up. I'm with Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is a liquidity provider. I'm not an affiliate of them. I'm not a sponsor of them. I don't make any money at all from them. I don't make money from anybody here. But I know exchanges are going to go down. Robinhood made a sweet deal with Bitstamp, but Robinhood will probably go down because you can now get XRP on there, I believe. They're going to go down. Coinbase, probably going to go down. Crypto.com, probably going to go down. Everything probably going to go down because there's not enough. There's going to be such an outflow of liquidity as these assets are doing that hockey stick, right? There's not going to be enough. And the exchanges don't want to have enough for that. Like, they're not going to have enough, right? They're just not going to. So you're going to see a tremendous amount of outflow at that point. And these exchanges will go down, like what had happened with the whole GameStop thing, a scenario back in a couple of years ago with Roaring Kitty. So by May, I will take some profit from some of these cryptos, and I'm going to roll that into my DeFi position again. I told you guys last video I had a 100% DeFi position. I rolled out 75%, kept 25% in there, so I can still keep printing as fees get generated for me. So once I take my profit from the crypto individual asset price appreciation, I'm rolling that into DeFi. So I will have a large position in DeFi again, so I can earn faster, the larger amount as crypto continues its ascent to where it's going. So while it's continuing its ascent, and while DeFi is printing me money, I'm going to be taking that income I earn and throwing that into metals. Silver specifically, because silver is in everything in life. Silver is in the mic I'm using. Silver is in the two screens I have here, my laptop and this phone and this here and the camera recording me and everything. It's in everything. And there's not enough silver above ground for what the need is for silver, for technology and where we are going. Gold is a good bet too, because the BRICS are pegging their currencies to gold. I showed you guys last time, Russia's coming out with their CBDC, China already has their CBDC, India's coming out with theirs, Africa's coming out with theirs, Philippines are coming out with theirs, Brazil's coming out with theirs, like the digital dirham in UAE, like it's all coming out, digital shekel, it's all coming out, right? And by 2029, 2030, that's when they will be mainstream, but they have to come out first, just like, floof, here you go. Like when Bitcoin came out, not many people knew about it. It just kind of like floof. And then it began to gain traction and gain steam and gain a notoriety. And that's what's going to happen with these guys here. In 2026, we're going to see some kind of black swan of sorts, whether that's at the end of the 2025 year or sometime in 2026 itself. But I believe that's when we're going to see this black swan take place. I believe that black swan is going to involve Tether as well, amongst other things taking place, like a cyber pandemic. So one of the things I'm looking into is quantum proof wallets. Along with that, I recall David Schwartz saying that if you have a wallet, offline wallet already, as long as you had not sent anything from your wallet, you should be good. So if you had sent something and we reach a level of quantum proof at that point, quantum proof CBDCs, and we end up in the quantum realm for use in 2035, I believe that's when the framework comes out, or when the regulations for quantum proof comes out via NIST, the standards. At that point, if you had sent something out from that wallet, your wallet is now impervious to attacks at that point. So that's why I'm looking at new wallets myself. I also use, like I said, I use Caleb and Brown for my liquidity providers, because and I only keep a small amount with them, about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 with them, maybe $5,000 with them. To me, that's a small amount. To others, that might be minuscule. To others, that might be large. Depends on where you are in your life. But to me, that's a small amount. And the reason I keep that is to keep my account open with them, because I want to have the bulk custody on myself. So if I lose something, it's on me. If I do something good, it's on me. No matter what happens, it's my fault, good, bad, or indifferent. And that's how I view it. So when I'm ready to send some stuff to them to get some liquid cash, I can do that. I'm also setting up corporations, also LLCs. You call them whatever you want. And I'm also looking to open a trust, because I want to have my corporation within the trust. My corporation will be under Mr. Man business at that point. So the actual crypto assets, these wallets here, are not my personal wallets. They're the business wallets. And the reason I want them as the business wallet, because then I can borrow against those assets, and the assets stay in the business itself. 100% of the assets, I'm not selling out of position, means I'm keeping 100% to my assets, and I'm not paying capital gains tax. Right? In US, for certain assets, there's zero tax. But in Canada, we're still at 66.7%. If you're set up somewhere else, I know Europe has 30-something%. Like, there's different rates throughout the world itself. So figure out a plan. The biggest thing right now is, I guess the best way I was taught from my mentor is, it doesn't matter how much you make in this market. What matters is how much you keep in this market. So figure out your strategy. I hope this provided some insight for you guys here, and I'll catch you on the next one.
We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.